Hello guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and thank you very much for all the feedback on the last video. Apparently you guys really like Bad Company 2. And was it just me, or did I only have one adjective throughout the entire video? Do you guys notice that? Every single time my brain was like, okay, here's a sentence, Badger, and we have a noun in this sentence. We need an adjective to describe this noun. Dandy, every single time. Dandy, dandy, dandy. Our survey says dandy. Show him what he won. That's exactly what my brain was going through. I was on like 45 minutes of sleep, and I get another guy here, but for that last video, I was on like 45 minutes of sleep, and you know how people eat different meals? Like, oh man, I'm trying to bulk up for my frat, bro. I eat like 6 meals a day, good for your metabolism. And then other people, okay, I'm a normal person. I eat 3 meals a day. Me, that day, when I made that Bad Company 2 video, I ate lasagna for breakfast, and that's it. Like, that is, I ate all my meals in one sitting, and then I just didn't eat anything the rest of the day. That was why that last video was very loopy, and I only had one adjective in my vocabulary. I had no idea what I was doing. But I want to say that close quarters is very fun. I try to combine the words fun and refreshing as I shot Serbian beach ball right in the face. I was gonna have some kind of catchy tagline for shooting that cloth monster in the face because his name was Serbian Beach Ball. Like, looks like this Serbian beach ball just got popped. And then I put on my, like orange shades, and then there's that Sea-Doo that goes on like CSI Miami. I was planning on that, but Razashan, bro. I was planning on that, but it really didn't work out all that well. Well, one thing that I do like about close quarters is you get way more grenade kills. Like, the A flag is cash grenade kills. Wesley... Wait for it. Snipes as I get the other guy too. It's so cash. And the M93R, enjoy your marshmallows, Mr. Support Man. It feels weird because I want to call him Steve, but I know I can't. And feel free to not even acknowledge me. That's cool too. Just Mr. Golden Nugget. It feels weird calling the American medic Steve. I mean, in general, I don't like calling anybody Steve anymore just because it reminds me of you guys calling him Steve the Butt Pirate, but right there, okay? I have this little rivalry that goes on with this guy in this game. One thing you will notice, and you're just, Badger, you're so bad. You just got shot in the face. Don't try to talk about it. Okay, this is what happened. The P90 basically dominates everything, and I'll talk about this in terms of balance, but I want to say the P90 pretty much dominates everything. There's one and there's two. I ain't even got aim down sight though. For real though. Okay, so the P90 pretty much dominates in close quarters. I think that's an established principle. I think we can easily understand that. But if that guy, and I'll call him my bitter rival, you want to call him whatever you want, Fox and Falco, they're not rivals, but they're somewhat related, and that spawn protection is really, really strong. But I just wanted to say, with a G3A3, that's so much damage per bullet. If you hit me in the face, if you hit me in the head, I will most likely lose the gunfight. But your low rate of fire, you don't hit me in the head, I am going to destroy you with the P90. And this is also another reason why I get that gentleman over there. But I just wanted to say, this is why I like close quarters. I know a lot of you are really against it. As soon as it came out, you're like, this is Call of Duty, I don't like Call of Duty. Well, okay. Beyond all the little kids, bickering about, oh man, it's too similar to Call of Duty, and if any other game has any other element that's shared with Call of Duty, I automatically hate it. I don't know why people are so narrow-minded like that. But I wanted to say, it shakes everything up. Yet again, see, he didn't get it. That's the bitter rival guy. He didn't get the headshot, and I automatically win the gunfight. It's just like, GG. And okay, I get that guy. He comes back for seconds. I'll shoot you in the face again. It's not like there's a limited supply. This isn't a soup kitchen, bro. I will come back. If you keep running back to me, I will shoot you in the face every single time. The exact same way if you're down. Yeah, I get him again. No, that's not the same guy. That's not the same guy either. This guy was so salty. All right, look at this guy. He's so salty. He wanted the knife so bad. He tried to run around my peripheral vision. Oh, God. You'll see later on in this game, it gets to this drastic point where they get really salty. And there you go. I believe you got a headshot on... obviously, it's not always... You can actually hit someone in the head and it doesn't show a headshot on the kill feed because your first shot was a headshot, not the shot that finished you off, if that makes sense. And that A flag, alright, this A flag. I'm trying to get on track of what I'm talking about in terms of balance, in terms of vanilla and close quarters, and why I wanted to say that I like close quarters so much. Okay, it shakes things up, if that makes any sense at all. I know I'm kind of gibbering. Dirt Badger, why don't you learn to speak English? You're not even blabbering correct. Okay. I want to say the P90 is It's like a manifestation of why I like close quarters so much. It shakes things up from vanilla. For example, the M16 destroys everything in most maps. I mean, yeah, you can say Caspian Border, it won't destroy everything because of the size of the map and vehicles and so forth. But on most, basically all infantry maps, at least in vanilla, the M16 destroys all because there's usually a good mix of longer ranges and shorter range engagements, and the M16 is just the top dog, no matter what. But since all of these close quarters maps are all really, really confined, and yeah, there's some long, okay, there's some long corridors and there's some long hallways where the M16A3 might be the P90, but I want to say like 95% of the time, the P90 just destroys the M16A3, and that's a new dynamic that is very refreshing to play in Battlefield. And just so you know, the C flag, I avoid like the plague, all right? The C flag is like, okay, there's a few things that you pick up really quickly that you learn with a pretty fast pace in terms of close quarters. Okay, number one, for example, if you guys have it, I know all of you didn't buy close quarters, you don't really like it all that much, and Wesley, wait for it, I get this guy, snipes. And okay, I wanted to say, I know not all you bought close quarters, but I just wanted to say there's a few things that you pick up really quickly. For example, and I'll shoot you in the face again. I don't know why. They always come back for seconds. Maybe they're really hungry or something. They need to man up and eat one meal a day. Just, okay. Like I did with the lasagna before I made that last Bad Company 2 video. That's just terrible. But I just wanted to say that, okay. Like, for example, okay, Operation 9 to 5, I think you guys know what it is. It's the one, it's not Ziba Tower, and it's not... Whatever that scrap metal is, that scrap metal map is terrible. I think the other three are great, but scrap metal is terrible. Okay, for example, Operation 9 to 5, you guys know the basement, right? The basement is a hazard. Like, never go in the basement. Okay, I literally give it like 100 tickets. 100 tickets to 200 tickets into the game before I even go into the basement. Because literally, everything in that basement explodes. And in that engagement there, you saw... He still beats me with a G3A3. I was looking at a guy beyond him, and he wasn't even... I was thinking about shooting the guy beyond him, but I was just like, you know what, P90 with a suppressor, now to kill from here, and he just got the jump on me. But I just wanted to say, okay. Like Operation 9 to 5, if you guys have ever been in the basement, it's explosive, alright? Everything is explosive. Every car explodes what seems like 5 times, alright? I feel like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but at the same time, I'm sort of not. Like, it feels like everything explodes multiple times down in the basement. You know, like the parking garage? And number two, not only is everything explosive, like the cars explode, the metal pipes explode, the cement explodes, one of your teammates dies, he just suddenly incinerates himself. I don't really get that aspect of the basement. But number two, why is every car alarm going off? Like, literally, this car just vaporized, and that's one little thing. You gotta stay prone on A. You don't stay prone on A, I'm gonna shoot you right in your stupid back parts, right in your hind parts, because you're really visible from pretty much any other balcony on the map. Go prone at A. And you're gonna get naded most of the time anyways, but go prone at A or you will die immediately. Okay, like I was saying, 9 to 5 in the basement, why is every car alarm going off even if the car's exploded? Like... That's essentially why, and yeah, I have the rule of 1 to 200 tickets before I even go into the basement, but most of the time I just don't even go into the basement in Operation 9 to 5. And an advice for another map, I don't know if you guys even want to see more close quarters, but okay, you guys know Ziba Tower? Be careful with your spacebar, alright? Be very, very careful with your spacebar, because I can't even tell you how many times I've fallen off of Ziba Tower. Like, oh, I'm just gonna hop over this balcony, and then I feel like it's Mirror's Edge all over again. As in, all of a sudden, oh no, I'm gonna go down and make that sound that sounds like a splat, like, you know that sound from Mirror's Edge? Nice knife, bro, it's not gonna save you, enjoy your marshmallows, and that's just, it just starts the streak. Like, that guy must be so salty right now, because I go over, I get his teammate. I was gonna go for the knife, granted, I was gonna go for the knife, but I get that gentleman, I get this gentleman, and then look, I get one more guy over here. Just think about this for a second. That's why you don't knife. There's a fourth guy. Okay, that's exactly why you don't knife. You don't knife because if you don't, the guy's going to turn around, shoot you in the... Okay, look, he didn't knife me, right? I turned around, I shot him in the face, and I shot 4 other guys directly in the face. Like, that is why you don't knife. Hurry up and kill the guy as quickly as you can. Yeah, if it's a recon camping like 20 miles away on Caspian Border, or on top of the Needle, take his sandwich and say that, I don't approve of your conduct, whatever you want. But if it's close quarters, don't even touch your knife. At least in my opinion. Now later on, I'm pretty sure that I knifed somebody, but it's a swipe. I don't know if you... I don't think it really correlates as well if you're just going to finish a guy off. You know he's below half health. But still, don't go for the whole fancy schmancy, oh man, I'm going to stick this into your jaw and take out your dog tags. I don't really get how that works. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And look at that. The bush monster didn't black me up. Count Chocula is just sitting over in the doorway, and the bush monster and the cloth monster never ever... Okay, this is the way that I picture a lot of recons on close quarters. It's like every time they're just the worst. It's almost like it reminds me of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I don't know if you guys ever played that game, but exactly what I want to say to every single cloth monster, at least on close quarters maps, is just they're like CJ from San Andreas. You know what I'm saying? You know what Ryder says to him? CJ, you's a buster, straight buster. And that's exactly what I feel like every single time a recon. Dog. I guess that doesn't count. I mean, I guess the whole animation is a little bit better in Bad Company 2 because you just do it quickly and you get in, get out. It's sort of like a middle ground. And yet again, enjoy your marshmallows. But that guy over there, again, was not prone on A. Even if you are prone, you can still get shot from the majority of the balconies, like I said. But it will at least decrease your chances of being seen and somewhat increase your chances of living. Like, it's not that difficult of a concept to understand. Oh, maybe if I make myself less visible, I won't get shot on this flag. But you'd be surprised how many people stand straight up or how many people just go, I'm just going to crouch here when I have zero cover on the A flag. I just don't get a lot of that reasoning. And you'll notice there's, just like the other maps, I mean, I've played on them enough that I have sort of a few things that I stick to, not really rules, you know, guidelines. I don't want to sound like some kind of pirate, like, oh, they're not rules, they're more like guidelines, meow, 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 meow. But I just want to, and jumping is not, that guy just tried to Superman, that doesn't exactly work, especially when you have horrible hip fire. I think he was using M4 or something like that. But still, even with the P90, and okay, this is another tip that you can get on close quarters. As soon as you cap, like as soon as it's, I want to say about a pixel or two away from neutralizing the flag, you know, obviously you guys know that, and you're gonna knife from there, bro. That ain't gonna work. That ain't a good idea. That's not gonna work. What I was gonna say is, okay, you guys know that in close quarters, it doesn't take long to cap a flag. It takes a long time to neutralize a flag. So it just takes a long time to get a flag to neutral, and then it doesn't take long at all to cap it. So it's not really a big deal. But what I usually do is I usually leave about a tick mark or 2 tick marks of neutralization left, and then I get up, because by the time you're actually running away and sprinting away and leaving the flag, it will be capped. And that's sort of the technique that I usually use. And okay, one tip right there, don't run after that guy. Despite the fact that I got killed by the cloth monster a few seconds later, and you can call him a huge catfish for me, a huge Carl for doing that, don't follow a guy that you've damaged. You'll notice that I take advantage of that a lot of the time. You know, oh, okay, I shot at, like, I shoot some guy's teammate and then I damage a guy, and then he damages me a lot more, so I have like 16% health, he has like 80% health. He thinks I'm just going to be camping around the corner, he can come around the corner and easily shoot me in the face, but instead, I go around the corner for a split second and then rush backwards, catch him off guard while he's sprinting, and you win the gunfight. There, I got a little bit paranoid about my radar, but yet again, don't rush in with the paddles. That's one thing that I can easily tell you, is don't rush in with the paddles. It's something that's a very, very ineffective strategy, especially when it's a room full of people. I think we've all done that. We've all done that at least once or twice. You know, you go straight in with your paddles into a room that's filled with people. You're just, I've made a terrible mistake. What have I done here? And there, yet again, a very, very bad engagement for me, because, okay, number one, not only does the G3A3 hit like a truck because it's got a small clip size and huge bullets, or magazine size, excuse me, but also too, he has the ability to cover up about 80% of his body on the stairs, and I'm covering up none of my body because I'm just standing straight up on the floor. Like, that's another thing you have to really think about in every engagement is, okay, if this guy's got 90% of his body covered, and I don't know how I shot him around the corner, that's like some Angelina Jolie. There you go. I think that guy saved me. I'm not sure if the guy that I revived saved me, or it was another gentleman. I'm not sure who it was, but I just want to say, if the other guy has got a portion of his body concealed and you don't, you're probably going to lose a gunfight. And that's exactly what I love right there. The Serbian beach ball gets popped again. Okay, I'm not going to use that line. That line is so corny, but Right there, I love just destroying people that are using or wielding the M16. I love doing that. It's so much fun just because in most of vanilla, you just get destroyed because they're using the M16 and you're not. But it's just so refreshing to just destroy the people that are using the M16A3 and just obliterate them, especially in close quarters. And this is one thing that I want to reiterate, is that C is sort of an interesting flag in that it can be very, very deadly for your team if you do it incorrectly. I get one gentleman, I get the second gentleman, and thanks for coming out. That's very awesome. But another reason that I like this game is because it was like triple cap to triple cap. You see, they're triple capping us right now. We were previously, and that's another reason why I found it sort of interesting, because it was so back and forth. And that's another thing that you notice about close quarters. It's very back and forth. Oftentimes, I mean, yeah, there's some matches where it's like, don't even trip, chocolate chip. We're going to raffle stomp this team fast, and you can say, oh my god, you just got destroyed. Yeah, there's some games like that. But oftentimes you notice that, I don't know how he blended in. I still not going to call him Steve. Not going to call him Steve, but you'll just notice there's oftentimes, at least a lot of the games that I play, aren't very lopsided, at least in close quarters, just because of the nature of how fast you can cap flags to multiple people. But I wanted to say with the C flag, I like to lurk up on the balcony and have one or two teammates down below. If you have guys on both levels, it's much easier to defend than if you all just sit like with some... I'm sipping some serious camp sauce right now, but I spawn in a very bad position. I guess that's okay. But that's one way to cap the C flag, especially on Dungeon Fortress, is have guys lurking, just sipping on camp sauce all day up at that upper balcony level, and then have some guys on the ground floor, as you can see right there. I think that was just Flechette. I don't know how he got me from that distance through teammates, but I think that's just Flechette. Okay, I get one gentleman. I get a second gentleman. Enjoy your marshmallows, bro Chacho. Oh, bro Cookie, that's not the way it works. Put your M16 away. It doesn't work that way. Enjoy your marshmallows, Volume 2, Revival Tour. And it just goes from here. Okay, I revived that guy because I believe he's revived me several times throughout the game. And it just turns into, okay, let's play a game called I'm going to shoot you in your stupid face for eating the last of the pizza rolls. And I'm just going to constantly reload and do it over and over. Okay, there's one gentleman, the cloth monster. There's another guy, there's a third guy, and that's all hip fire. That's straight up all hip fire with the P90. Get another guy, and then there's it's just like a pile of meat. I almost feel like it's that movie. I don't know if you, it's one of my favorite movies. Have you guys ever heard of Let's Go to Prison? He's like, you're not, oh gosh, that's such a good movie. I can't remember the quote exactly, but he says something like, you're no longer a human being, you're just a piece of meat in a meat grinder, you better toughen up. That's exactly what I see when I see all those, just like those pile of bodies that I'm just randomly shooting bullets into and getting kills because it's revive after revive after revive. That is, it's very, very awesome. And I just wanted to say that the M93R and the P90 are a deadly combo. I would like to hear your feedback if you guys think that the P90... I think it's sort of agreed upon, and I was not planning on sliding that far. That was like another Mirror's Edge thing where, how did I slide that far? I was not planning on I was planning on sliding behind the boxes, and this is what I'm talking about right here. If you have some teammates lurking up here and other teammates down below, it is much, much easier to cap the flag, at least in my opinion. And yes, guys, I do realize that some of you sort of disagree with my methodology in terms of exactly how I like to win games. You know, I think a lot of you would say, Badger's such a catfish, why are you not getting on the flag yourself? Well, I just think it's more productive to have people lurking on the balcony and people down below. I think it's just better. Okay, I get the 2-piece, I get the biscuit, and they're just like, I want a little bit more. So enjoy your marshmallows for the 4-piece, and this is just, I never go down here because it's very creepy unless I spawn down here. But, and I know, okay, it's just like that. So I just wanted to say I don't think I always make sense to you guys. Like, for example, like, why would you ever, and there's your final score and everything else. But, like, why would you not just jump on the flag? That's the most logical thing because you're going to cap the flag the fastest and meow, meow, meow. Well, I like to think that if you lurk up on the balcony, you have a much better position to defend the flag and make it so that your teammates down below you can cap it just because you have better support, because you have a better view of that main entry doorway that comes up from B, and you can see those two other sliding corridors that are on the right side of the flag. I just think it's a little bit easier. It's like that song by Queens of the Stone Age, you know, the album, you know, Songs for the Deaf. You can't even hear it. I know that doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's just something that I like to do in Battlefield. I know a lot of the techniques that I use and so forth don't make a whole lot of sense, and my neighbor has graced me with blasting dubstep music that is almost the greatest thing that could ever happen right now. But I want to say thank you very much for watching. For your bonus clip, I want to... Okay, this is what happened. So I shoot down... It was Zero T and some other guy. They were doing really, really well in the chopper. They were just destroying everybody. And then shortly after, this guy crashes his jet into this tree or this pole. And I just found the dialogue chat very entertaining after that. I don't know if you guys share the same kind of humor that I do, but I just found the guy's response to him crashing his jet very funny in the chat. And I'm not sure yet if... You know what, I'll probably upload a video the day that Armored Kill drops. I believe it's the 11th. I'll break sort of my paradigm or my certain schedule of only uploading on Friday, but I'll at least have one video every week. We'll sort of play it by ear in terms of when Armored Kill comes out and everything else, but I want to say thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald. And I'm trying to get enough... I know a lot of you don't really like that. It's like saying in German goodbye twice. It's like Tschüss and Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald und bis später. I don't want to say all those things at once, but I want to get enough lisp and enough saliva on this. Okay. Later.